some Yu-Gi-Oh players shouldn't come to a regionals or YCS. I know you're new, it's your first time, you're excited, you're coming, blah, 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 yes. But there are players who go to these YCS or regionals and they spend lots of money, they drive very far. I'm not saying that you don't drive far, but there are many players who just, it costs them a lot to go. I'm making this video because I went to a regionals and it was my worst regionals experience I've ever had in my life. Not because the event was bad or the host was bad. It was the matches that I had. They were the worst matches I've ever had. Not worse as in, okay, I lost. I got blown out. It's just that the people did not know simple procedures during the match. And it felt like I was coaching them. It felt like when they was calling the judge, that the judge was coaching them. But let me back that up. When the judge was called, the judge was like, I can't tell you do that. You have to make the move. You have to do the move and then ask me the ruling. You can't tell me, you can't do something and have me coach you. Even the judges were telling them that. I was playing a guy first match and we never went to a game 2. We never went to a game 2. And you might be saying, oh, slow play. Yes, that's exactly what it was. The guy I was playing was slow playing. And you might be saying, hey, your Yu-Gi-Oh channel, you should have called the judge. You should have called the judge. But I had a board. He's playing Fire King. I have so many negates and so many interruptions. There's no way this guy can win. But he keeps playing and playing and playing and playing and playing and not getting anywhere. And I'm like, it's just wasting so much time. Most experienced Yu-Gi-Oh players will look at the board and say, you know what? Let's go to game 2. But the guy kept playing and playing and playing and doing stuff and not getting anywhere. Not getting anywhere. It was so annoying to me. Now, what made it worse was he would draw. He went first. And he drew. I mean, he didn't draw, but he went first. But it took him so long to proceed to make his first move. I was just confused. And I was just like, are you going to go? I was gesturing at him like that. Like, what's up? Play. So he proceeds to play. But every time he made a move or he was about to make a move, he just looked at his card and then made it and proceeded. It was like he would never played the deck before, and it was his first time playing the deck, and he had to read every card. His cards, not my cards. He had to read his cards. How do you come to a high-level tournament, travel far, and not know how to play your own deck? Where you have to read. I can understand you reading my cards. I can understand you reading my cards and you have no idea what my cards do. Great. But you starting and you reading your cards, trying to figure out what to do, when I don't even have a board, it's clear the game state is just open. I was so upset that the game ended up being a draw because he played so slow. He went first. I had interruptions. He took forever. I went, set up my board, pass, his turn. The game was 3 turns for 45 minutes. He had 2 turns, I had 1. And it ended up being a draw. Then you might be saying, it's my fault. I should have called the judge. And you know what? I understand why people rule shark these days. I understand when you go to a high-level tournament, why the judge is being called. And then some people get salty. There are some people who abuse the rules. But if you are playing that slow, or you playing a monster on the board and you take it back, I'm not allowing that anymore. I'm not doing that. Like, me personally as a player, I'm tired of being nice to people. Oh, take this back. Now, if I'm losing, I have a losing record, and I'm not going to top, Sure. But it's round 1, round 2, where you still have a chance to make it to the top, or you have a winning record. You can't let things slide. You can't let people get over on you in this game or in life in general. You can't do that. I don't care how nice you are. Someone is playing slow. That's cheating. You can call a judge on that. Someone summons a monster, do some plays, and then they want to take it back. You can't. You're done. You made that move. You're done. It's my turn. End up being a draw. Game 2. End up being a draw. Game 3. When I say game 3, I'm talking about like round 3. Draw. The guy said it was his first regionals. He plays on Master Duel. And I'm sorry if you watch this video and you figure out that I'm talking about you. It's okay. I'm not hating on you. But your first regionals from Master Duel. And this he also slow plays. He's taking forever. Like, it's like, okay, he goes into his deck to search out a card. And he has his deck right next to his hand. And I'm like, sir, could you separate those two? Because you can easily slip a card from the deck to your hand. And I was just watching him. Now, he was searching on my turn. So as he was searching on my turn, he said, oh, you can go ahead and play. And I'm like, no. I have to wait till you finish searching out of your deck. Then I'll continue to play. I was like, oh, sorry. I'll do it. Okay. And then after he finished searching, he still had his deck in his hand just there. And he said, I'm done searching, go ahead. I'm like, what are you talking about? Your deck is still in your hand. Could you put your deck down, please, so I can go ahead and make my move? He was holding me up by just sitting there with his deck in his hand telling me to go. And I finally explained to him, I said, look, there's a certain way that I play. If your deck is in your hand, if your hand is on your deck in any way, I'm not going to proceed to move until you're done, until you put your deck down where it's supposed to be. That match ended up being a draw because this guy was just doing things that just confused me. Like, why are you doing that? Or why are you just sitting there? Put it down. He said it was his first regionals. I'm like, what a day am I having? Why am I playing these guys who first regionals this, who just don't know the procedures? Slow playing, draw. Round 4, draw. Round 5, I win and I leave the tournament and I go home. I was disgusted at this tournament. This was the worst experience I ever had. I don't think you should go to a tournament not prepared. Not prepared. I don't think you should. I mean, that's basic. Just, you ruin other people's experiences. If people are cheating or slow playing or they're doing something wrong, it's okay to call a judge. Don't be upset or don't be thinking, oh, I'm rule sharking, he might get upset at me, the player might look at me. No. You know what topped it off at this event? 2 of the 5 players that I played asked me at the end of the match, was I slow playing? Was I slow playing? Yes. Yes, you were slow playing. And for you to ask me that, you know that you were slow playing. This is a long video, a long rant, yes, but I just had to get it off my chest. What did I do? What did I do? I'm so sorry. But I was so disgusted. I was so disgusted at these Yugioh players that I had to play. So disgusted.